I didn't believe it, but I still had to go through it. Let me take you back to the story when I had to, like, when you like you you basically you deep into some stuff where you shouldn't be on, or like you shouldn't be in, or you shouldn't be doing or anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I say I was like, this is the reason. This, like, I made a song about like smoking weed. Like it was a hard song, right? But I was like, bro, I stopped smoking. I like it was messing with my job because like the LG knee thing. Y'all should from the other story. If you don't know, just go back and watch the other streams and everything. It seemed like I'm everywhere, but I'm not everywhere. I'm here. Okay, but yeah, it's not. It was more so like I remember I was at this party and it was this one person. It was this person was like, I say, nah, this was a party like down. It was like down the street from the police station. It wasn't not. It wasn't a thought out party, and I was a driver of like the whole thing. They didn't have their cars or anything like that. I don't. They had their license but didn't have a car. So I was like, I was at this place and I was out here thinking like, party, 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 going up, going up. I don't even remember the day, but when I was in the room and everything, it was one girl, and it was all of us. We all knew each other, but it's like a work thing. When I went in there and everything, they was all trying to set up and everything. We used throw parties with each other, but the one who planned the stuff out, it really get the party jumping. She was I don't think she was there at no, she wasn't there at that time. I don't know where she was. She was busy or doing something, but she wasn't there at that time. And then I was like, man, okay, let me go do this one thing. And I did what we was running some errands for him and everything. He was trying to look good in front of the girl. You know how that all that workouts and everything. So I was like, all right, you trying to look good in front of the girl. So we at CVS downtown, and I'm out here like, what's it called? He wanted some condoms. I remind you, this is how cheap I can get, bruh. Condoms cost. I ain't gonna lie, condom cost. Alright, but dude was like, he was in front of the girl and everything, and then he said something like, hey, can I he was on the phone because we was trying to find like what size you and everything. So this is what we did. We called them on the phone. Security had to unlock the thing to get them. So we at the store, he back on there with the girl. And then when we said something about what size are you? And then he went like, he had to be in front of her, but he went like, I'm a extra large. Bro, I swear to God. Bro, when he said that, I start laughing. We both, like me, security guard, and some dude who was with me, we looked at each other and we looked back and we started laughing hard. We laughed so hard, and then he went like, I'm this size and everything. After he told us the truth and everything, I was like, nah, ain't no way, bro. But alright, make the story. We went back to it and everything. I went like, it was a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of money. And what's it called, dude over there, he wasn't gonna pay for it. And it was like, yeah, it wasn't. And then I said, it's this month, on this much, you gonna give me my money back. We get back to the place. I didn't receive my cash out. Okay, so I'm not too, like, we got work the next day. I'm gonna get my money somehow. All right, he personally went to something like it was like after we was in there doing the what's called everybody hitting on one. I gotta say, in that room, because it was like a reason behind the reason why I started. It's like smoking and look cool and everything. Nah, I wasn't. It was like a little small chance, but nah. But I was trying to see the stuff in the shadows and everything. I know it sounds weird, but hang in there. But what's it called? So we was chopping it up. We was doing our thing, everything. And that's when I noticed everybody in there, because the girl, she was just messing with me, nobody else in there. And that's when I saw the bitterest faces in there. I swear to God, it felt like it was snakes just all around me, and they was just looking at me like it was just straight looks like I can't believe this. So long story short, after everything, I kind of moved away and everything. It was just getting, you feel the energy change in there. I was like, I ain't trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear all this later. So what's it called? And I was telling jokes. I like it to be funny. They would just sit around just ha ha, bro. No, I like to tell jokes and be moving, joke around. Nah, it wasn't that type of party. But when it was like, I never done it before, but it was more so like driving home. We got kicked out of the hotel. They said, nah, not a chance. Speakers playing everything. Nah, I think that party right there, or kickback, that was the worst one I ever been to. But it was the drive home, and I had to drive them back. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I say I had to drive them back, bruh, I was first time driving high and the last time driving high in the police station, like right down the street. And then when I couldn't see it was the grace. I'm gonna say it again. It was the grace of God. How you doing, bro? Hey, I was telling this story on like when I was smoking. I was like, all right. I went to this party and then stuff like we got kicked out and everything. This is the reason why I made a song of it. But the reason why I stopped was like it was messing with my money. And then on top of it, it was like I was just saying like it was because nobody there had a car. Like nobody there had a car. I was the only one having the car. So I was like, all right, but at the time I had it like I smoked something called I think it was Zaza, but I couldn't remember. And then I was like, because I was thinking I was gonna sleep over because of the hotel, but we was too loud. So on the police station right down the street, I'm talking about not even right down. It's like literally around the corner. That whole situation could have went really bad. So like it don't matter if it's your co-workers, your friends and everything. Nah. But all right, so I had to get on them home or to a destination. I hopped in a car with them, and this was the first time and the last time. Never doing that again. I drive fast on a regular and everything, but that right there, thank God it was like late at night. It was nobody on the streets. But after I went down, they was like, because I remember going down a streetway and it was a one way, but it was no cars going down there, and they was all back there. It's like and everything. I dropped them off at White Castles, and then I remember what's it called. To be honest, for real, I'm gonna say it again. The grace of God got me home. I swear to God, because I don't remember nothing after that. I remember going to a stoplight. I don't know if that was from the studio or from there. I think that was from that night. What's it called? I went to the what's that thing called? No, I was driving to the red light. It was a cop at the corner right there. At the other side of the red light. It turned green for him, and I stopped and everything, but it made a little bit scene, and then he kept going and everything. After I used that way how I usually got home safe. That was never gonna happen again. Never. Nah, not a chance. Because that was like grace of God got me home that night. Grace of God, because that that could have been really bad, especially the situation I was in. The situation with the cops, like the sheriff cops and everything. Their head, you know how Batman and Superman, they got their little what's that thing called, where they their little base. Their base was right around the corner. That location was, man. But hey, I had to learn. You know, I learned to it, but after that night, I did not hang with them, not at all. If I would have looked at it now, I would have been like, that's a setup. That was a. But hey, it could have been not thought out. But you gotta be careful where you party. I really stopped partying because partying is just like, hey, now let me tell you about this one party. Hey, I swear to God, I'm not gonna say the name of the place and everything because it's in Louisville, and I don't want to cross paths with them for real. But it was a cool party. Don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you this: it's like downtown. Damn, it's a whole lot of parties down there. You can't even know which one. But it was downtown, and what's it called? It was this thing. It was what's it called? We was downtown. My friends invite me to go to this party. The Holy Ghost told me not to go. Not to go. I'm not gonna lie. He told me. I went like, it'd be fun, buddy. I'm gonna be straight. I went down there. I wasted my money, but I saw some funniest stuff and everything. What's it called? So after I got pat down and everything, went in, and this is why I don't really trust the clubs like that, because like a regular dude, he knew the person who owned the thing, but still a regular dude had a toy in the club. Nah, big brother. I tried to blend in with the shadows on the wall, but what's it called? When I was like, so I tried to I didn't want to stand on the wall and everything. I think that was the second time I went down to one of their parties. The other one was like not downtown, but it was like down it's like down by old Walmart. It used to be there, a little strip mall and everything. They did their thing there. But downtown, same place, same little situation. But downtown, I tried to dance a little bit. Nobody was dancing. Like people were dancing, but my friends, they was like, they looked. They had it. Don't get me wrong. They put it on. They put the drip on. But I was like, let's do something. I was like, I'm not trying to sit on the wall all day, everything. But after a while, I'm not gonna lie. At that one out, not downtown, down there, the same people who own it, everything. One dude there, he was cool though. I think he owned some part of it, cause I always see him in there. It's an older dude, but I always see he's always cool. He's cool. But this is the thing. This is like, say, all right, you partying, you doing your thing, everything, and you want to have a seat. It's $1,000 for a seat, for a small seating lounge. The whole. I'm talking about the whole party, the whole dance floor. People just dancing, standing around, and everything. It's no seats on there. It's none. Everybody, you think I'm just the only one leaning on the wall? No, sir. No. That's where I drew the line, because I said my feet are killing me. And then I was like, they don't have no chairs? I know they making money because they got that thing packed out and everything. And then on the next floor, they had chairs up there. That's where they moved downtown. And I'm out here thinking, wow, they got a better spot. They gotta have some seats in there. No, not one. I get it now. It coming to me like, all right, yeah, I see why they you wouldn't want people sitting down at a party and everything. You want them dancing and moving and everything. And then I saw this. And this was out of nowhere. All right, a black dude, black young dude. All right, this man, I swear to God. Like, all right, you know how the girls who work there, they gotta wear like these dress up things to get people enticed onto what's called buy drinks and everything. It was they was dressed up like bunnies and everything. I swear to God, this man, when her back would turn, on my soul, this man, after she turned around and everything, he couldn't get the picture, but he raised up his phone and he was trying to get a picture and zoomed in. I was just like out of my mind. I was like, ain't no way you really try to take a picture just for later. I was at that point right there. I was like, I can't believe this. And then when I was like down there, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't. It was like in the middle. It's between. It's like it was alright, but at the same time, it was no seats down. I'm not paying $1,000 just to sit down. And the other thing was what's called? Yeah, it was just my opinion. I don't go clubs. If I go to a strip club, I use it for a joke. What my dad told me a long time ago, I get quarters. Quarters. Now I wouldn't even do quarters because I like quarters. I do dimes and nickels. And then you know how they had like what's called at a gaming thing, they how you get changed and they got like a belt where you can get changed off of it. I make it hell in there. I know I get kicked out. I wouldn't even last a long time in there. I probably, because I heard strip clubs got good food in there. I probably dabble in their food, and then I leave. I wouldn't stay for the show. I just been to some nasty places. It leave a nasty taste in your mouth, and it's like, I don't like this. I don't even like paying for a lap dance. It just made me feel. It made me feel gross. It made me feel gross. I'm out here like, because I be like, when I'm at like the clubs and everything. When I did go to the clubs, I don't have to pay for it. They just throw it on me. I don't not know, but it was this one time. This girl, her friend was she was throwing it, and then I was like, it was no cameras out either. Nobody was recording, so I was not getting put on the camera. But I didn't have dress at the time. I showed up and wherever everybody was showing up in like some nice clothes and everything. I showed up in some casual stuff. I think I just got off of work. I didn't really care, like if I had money and dabble and really put thought in it, yeah. But I just hated the smell, because like after I leave from the place, because I was working at LG&E, or yeah, I smell straight like weed. And then some weed make my stomach hurt, the smell of it. And I be in, yeah, I know it's too much information, but that's why I don't really like being around weed, because it make my stomach hurt. If you're not smoking good weed, I can smell like a hound dog. Like a hound dog. I can smell that's bad weed. But I'm just saying, I don't mess with it. Not at all. Anyway, it get a lot of tense situation in that moment. Especially there. Now I remember I was at this one party. What's called? This man pulled a it was like the party was going down and everything. It wasn't by the police station. It was in like the suburbs a little bit, like bars, like suburb type. And this it was this girl, I'm not saying name, but she threw best parties ever. And we were taking money at the door and everything. We did Airbnb, and things got a little crazy. It was a light-skinned girl. A fight was starting to break out, and we was like, nah, y'all gotta go. We're not doing none of that. And then after that, they was fighting in the street. And I'm talking about, like, when you look out the window, it was like people flooded everywhere. I really think we should have charged a little bit more at the door. But and anyway, they was like they was on a website. It was saying where's the parties at and everything, and we was on there. But what's it called? So everything was jumping. Everything. It was good. But before that fight broke out, you got to be aware of your situation and aware of your surroundings. I was younger when I did these parties and everything, and I wasn't like I was aware, but I wasn't aware. I was around a lot of snakes and everything. It wasn't a lot of, you got to be aware and like let me give you some advice. All right, you'll take it or leave it. When you're talking to somebody, what's it called, you know how I'm doing with my hands and everything and talking and everything. When you talk to somebody, it don't matter if they feel uncomfortable or not. Look them in their eyes. You'll find all the truth in there. Because I can be doing this all day, everything like yeah, you know this and all that, and they talking everything. But you look them in their eyes and everything. Their eyes tell a different story. I didn't know that information when I was younger, but what's it called? So I was like, so over there in the corner, me and my friend was joking. We, you know how everybody have their little small cliques in there and everything. Well, I looked over and I saw these dudes with these are before I got mine. Well, there it is. Hold up, I'm about to show you where I got mine. This was way before I joined the club. And anyway, first I bought these for a joke, and then they turned into my real shoes. And then I was like, I could have been the president of that club. But when we looked over, it was like a whole group of young men who had it all black on and black forces. Now I'm not gonna lie, when me and my friends saw that, high alerts got turned on. We went in there like SpongeBob and started hitting the little shift gears. We shifting gears. We letting everybody know. We out here like, hey, be aware of what in the corner right there. At the time, I didn't have the knowledge. Is you know that. So I was like, it'd be fine. What's it called? They chilling. They not doing nothing. They straight. You know, that's it. But hey, everything played out fine. But after that fight broke out, and everybody was like downstairs, I think we had security there. One of her people, she knew this is where stuff got a little bit, and then we had a radio where we was on a channel where what's called the people in the neighborhood watch. And they was on there on like saying this and this, so we was trying to calm everything down for we wanted to get kicked out. Man, so back outside, nighttime. The streets was just crowded, and thank God I did not go down. I went out there, and it was the grace of God. Somebody told me to go back upstairs. I think it was one of my other friends. He told me to go back upstairs. And then when I looked out the windows, what's it called? This man, the security guard, he went like, he told us a story when he got back up there. He basically said, what's it called? This dude was waving his little toy out the window, and then he said, I got something even better. I think I was outside. I don't know. It was a black car. And they was waving it out there. Yeah, I was on the sideline out there, making sure everything Well, he was waving his thing proudly. He was waving that little thing proudly. This man, I swear to God, hey, I played Call of Duty and everything, and I was like, this is the first time ever I seen this on the streets. This man went to his truck. He went like, wait right there. I got something even better than that. And they was waiting, and they were here laughing and everything. This dude popped the trunk. I kid you not. How long my arm is, that how long was his toy was. And it had two big titties on it. I swear to God. I went like, oh my God. I went up there. I didn't say not a word. I backed into the shadows, and I was like, this is none of my place. And then that's when all you heard was they went like, they and they pulled off. I was like, oh my God. And I went like, because everything, it was getting out of hand. It was like, it was out of hand, but God had his hand on the situation. Because if that would have got a little bit out of hand more, I think the light-skinned girl got beat up. I'm not for sure. But if what's called if if that would have got out of hand anymore and everything, it I don't know what could have happened. But I was talking to one of my other friends, Josiah. I was saying I got to get out of here. I can't. I was like in my head. I was like, and he was standing right here. He was like, "Nah, Michael, it's gonna be all right." I didn't have a car at this time. I was like, I can't get this. Can't no. I can't. I cannot be involved in something like this. This is where I was starting to click up and everything. I was like, I don't want no parts of this. I got to get home. And I said, "Can you give me a ride home?" Because I think I was broke and what's called the party was just going. It was just like, you know how stairs go up? It was just escalating. I was like, whoa. I do not want no part of this. I want to, because like after you got to imagine somebody pop a trunk and like you got two. I'm talking about these was like Call of Duty, like when you got 100 you shooting 100. It was like that, and I was like, I don't even know what type of gun, but it was long and I said, whoa, I gotta go, because it was just escalating. I was like, I don't want none of this. You know, I don't want none of this. This is, hey, I gotta go. And Josiah, he was like, Michael, it's gonna be all right. He was on calm and cool and collect and everything. I was looking around, people running around and everything like that. I was like, if he wouldn't not like, everything did calm down and everything, but if stuff would have still keep rising, I'm not gonna lie, I would have found my way home. I would have not said nothing about it, and I would have found my way home. I'm not gonna stay there and just be like, because I don't have no ride, and just stay there and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait it out. Let the cops know. I don't want no part of this. I was there. If my name get dropped in there, I know somebody in there said something, but it was so busy and so crowded and so messy and everything. I could have moved up in the shadows and they would have never know. Michael threw the key out the window. Michael just, I walked while everybody doing that. I would have walked that other way. I would have said nothing. I keep walking straight. I blend in with the shadows and everything. Hit that right. I know I'm at like, and when I get to like where I know where I'm at and everything, I'm walking home. I pretend like nothing even happened. I pretend like I didn't even go to a party. But after the night got young, and then it got everybody was like, all right, everybody was clearing out. Everybody, they didn't go home. Well, they left there because they, like what I was saying, the neighborhood watch, they was on it. They was like, I think they own our station and everything. They can hear us and stuff like that. Everybody cleared out and everything, and they just went to another party. So as and this was another reason why I stopped smoking. It was another. I want to say the main reason why I stopped was God, and but the main reason, that main reason God, but it was messing with my money too. That LG&E, I mean, I ain't taking one for the team. If it was 1,000, it changed. That LG&E job changed my life. Nah, I ain't taking one for a team. I throw that baby all the way over there. I look at that's why I don't like when people blow smoke in my face. Because when I was going for that other job and everything, they do like, it was like for a metro position and everything, and what's called, they was like, they do like a drug test. And that's when I was like, because somebody at work, they said, I never seen you, but you look high. And I was hanging around my other friends, and they was smoking like some strong stuff. And I was like, I make sure I stay out the way, but the secondhand smoke thing get on you. And I was nervous. I was like, dang, but I didn't make it by the test thing. And I gotta wait probably like 3 months or 3 months. I think they said 3 months or 6 months or a month, bro. That's why it's trying to avoid people who, everybody at work smoke them little small thing, and like that everybody just like when I gotta clean the bathroom, I'm like I'm not like I'm utility. I clean bathroom, and half the time they in there, and half the time I gotta walk in there, and they already got the smoke everywhere. It's like no avoiding this. Ain't no none. So I'm out here like, man. So there go that job. But what's it called? Yeah, after everything calmed down, everybody was sitting down. We was like watching, and they ate all the food. You know what? I take this back because it's probably be a moment in time I would go to a party, but I'm not going to the party. I was known for even when we was throwing parties, I was known for really showing up for the women and the food. I ain't gonna lie, the food I love. When they do parties, they throw down in the kitchen. Hey, when they made these wings, bro, I swear I put a pan in the back for I can eat later. And when somebody ate like the last piece of chicken wing, I was mad. I was like mad, like I was mad at that. No, I had to get old girl to make me like a batch of chicken. I paid her for it. Hey, if you make good food and I actually pay you, make that like sweets, anything, I do that. Hey, it be some good food, people in there, homemade cooking. Man, that's some good stuff. But what's it called? Yeah, everything calmed down, everything, and everybody was relaxing, turn off the lights and everything. Cops was going down the streets trying to find what's going on and everything. Now we're sitting there, and I bought me before I smoke it was because usually people that pass me something, but before I smoke, this is why you need to listen. Before I smoke when I bought it, because the other one, my friend, she was saying like don't buy nothing, like go through her and buy it, because she was actually protecting me like there, because I didn't know like what like people do with their type of stuff. When I say, I kid you not, this man, he was explaining. That's why when somebody say like you get somebody in your head, what a Holy Spirit says like be quiet and listen, or they just talking, listen. Because when people talk and everything, they tell you everything you need to know, and you just say you agree with them, and everything, and be like that and everything, but they tell you everything you need to know. Some are who know about that trick and everything. But what's called, this dude, the security guard who had the big on them, he was talking, and he was, because I bought some from him earlier, and I didn't touch none of it. But as I was listening to him, he was saying they was joking around with, it was two two people who sell, joking back and forth on their product. But I was listening, and it was only the grace of God I was listening. But he said he put some, I don't know what type of duty he put in his thing. I was disgusted. I didn't smoke it, but I was disgusted. And then he on the other one was joking, and when he said that about his product, dude laughed, and he said, "Yeah, it's better than what you put in it. It was something else. It was nasty." And that's when Morning Rise or anything, and they was like, "Hey, go. Do you want the rest of it?" I said, "Y'all can have it." And then, but at nighttime, when I was sitting down on the couch watching Back to the Future, I didn't like. This was morning time. I didn't like this feeling. When I was sitting on the couch watching Back to the Future, it felt like I was sinking into the couch. I'm talking about sinking in. Some people say, "Oh man, that's the best feeling of life, right there. That's the best." I don't like that. I did not like that. I like to be aware and moving and aware. But that right there, it just feel like I'm not like today. Like it be like I have lazy moment, but I gotta push through them, because if I do my lazy moment, I'd be like, I hit that lazy Patrick Star type of moment. But that was happening when I was leaning in that couch. I was just, and the couch was on one of those soft couch, and I was just falling in it. I was just in it, and then I was watching Back to the Future, and then one of my friends who was laying on the couch, he was like, "Yeah, feel good, huh?" First thing came in my head, I was like, "No, I gotta go. I gotta go here. I gotta go. Nah, this ain't for me. I gotta go. I don't." Cause it feel like you basically life going on, and you sitting you just stuck. It felt like I was stuck. I did not want to. Nah, I wanna elevate. I wanna elevate. I that right there, that feeling when I was like, I felt stuck, like really stuck, like stuck. Nah, I don't like that feeling. I rather keep moving and everything. So I got out of there. But when I did walk around that neighborhood, you wouldn't believe what I found. I found like this one. I never seen this toy on this dude had. It wasn't a toy, but we're gonna say it was toy. It was like one of them Call of Duty guns. I don't know the name of it. I got the picture in my head, but I don't know the name of it. If I knew the name of it, I'll pull it up and show you. But this thing, even when I did look up on what, like, at the time, like how much that thing costs a lot of money. I did a clean spin and went back to the crib where they was at, and they even told me, and I was riding on the scooters and everything. You know, when they had them scooters, they still, you pay for it and you ride on it and everything. I was doing that around the neighborhood because it was like everybody was there. They would just sit in, you know, relaxing and smoking on that thing. But I like doing stuff. I mean, each people are different. Each people, because a lot of people tell you their story, and a lot of people go through a lot more things and everything. I don't know. It wasn't for me. It took a minute. Well, it didn't take too long because after I got that job, it was like, ooh, that's dead. That's real dead. After I got a check from on there, I was like, nah, that's dead. Yeah, I ain't doing that. But nah, it was a life experience. I mean, I did miss this one party. You remember when I said girls? It was this one party because we used to go partying. Like we all worked at the same job, and we used to go partying like every. It was like in that week, we at least hit like 3 or 4 parties at night. I was tired. I was tired. I don't know about other people. I was tired. I was tired for real. That was a tiring moment. But I ain't gonna lie. When I called a quits, because I told my mom, I was like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to go to this next party. And then it was this one dude I met. Man, he threw a party out in the hills, like the suburbs. We was in the suburbs, but that was the suburbs. Man, because when I seen the videos, they was like grouped up in the corner and everything. But hey, when I say the snow time was over there, and my friend who threw the party, he was over there chilling. They said, Michael, you would have liked it. You would have you fit in. And when I saw the videos, and that's when they calmed down. After that, they calmed down on the party. I was like, damn. I was tired, but I was like, yeah. Me and old dude, yeah. But what can you do? You learn and you grow from it. Before then, it was just like, when I think back to it, it was just, a lot of stuff could have went really bad. A lot of stuff really could went bad, but it didn't. That's the key thing. It didn't. Man, life keep going and we keep moving. What's on tomorrow? I'm trying to say, what's that thing called? What's that thing? Consistent. Yeah, I almost forgot it, but hey, I tried to stay consistent for real. Man. Now, what Friday? I don't have work on Saturday, so I should be on longer. Any ideas what you want to do? Chat. Any ideas? Because Friday is the day yeah, I don't think I don't have nothing else to do. Saturday I won't be on. Sunday, I gotta look at my work schedule on Friday and see what time I get on. Yeah. Man. But not life lesson. I'm not gonna lie, life lesson. It's more out there. I just gotta dig through my brain and remember them. Because some of them things, like I slipped through on FedEx thing. I slipped through the crack. It was like where the truck back up at, and right there it was like a little space right there. I slipped down there my leg. I caught my leg on it, and then I was like, man, can I go home? Everything. I told them what happened. They sent me to that doctor. They barely did anything. They didn't do anything. Nah, man. Yeah. That's all I have. I hope not for real. I know I was talking all day. I hope your day been going good. I hope it is. I get anything you want to talk about. Go on, shoot. Oh, this is nasty. Oh no. Oh, hey, I'm not even gonna lie. You know how I look? I don't know if you caught it, but I was looking for my trash can, and I looked back at the camera, right? I was about to do something very nasty with this thing, and then I remember this is recording a live feed, and that's another thing. I be like double checking before I go to sleep. I really be double checking, make sure this thing is not, because I seen all the other streamers before. They all got caught with this thing on. It kind of tastes a little better. I ain't gonna eat this thing again. You know, I'm probably gonna sit it down. But yeah, you just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Nah, but for real, I really hope your day going good. I am gonna hop off right now, but I did want to get on here because I remember I told you, I said I maybe might get on and everything if you were that same person from yesterday. But what's it called? I didn't want to be like, he didn't get on and something happened or anything. Like, nah, remember, we're in this together. Hold up, let's do it. If you're doing it behind the screen, just hold up. 1, 2, 3. We're locked in. Hold up, we're locked in. I hope you did it behind the screen. Here, hold up. Let's do it one more time. Don't do it fast now. Wait a minute. We almost there. We're locked in. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. I'm done messing. Hey, I love messing.